everyone, I'm Kristel and Celemin from the Batangas State University, Alangilan Campus, taking Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from the section 2105. This video is all about the summary of Chapter 9. The Chapter 9 is all about the transport layer. So let's start. So this is the role of the transport layer. So the transport layer is responsible for establishing a temporary communication session between two applications and delivering data between them. So the transport layer provides services such as connection-oriented data stream, support reliability, flow control, and multiplexing. So, transport layer responsibilities. Track individual conversation. So, by tracking each individual conversation flowing between source application and the destination application separately. So it tracks the individual of the source destination and the source and the destination application. Next is continuation of the transport layer responsibility. So segment data and reassemble segments by dividing the data into segments that are easier to manage and transport the data. So the segment data and reassemble segments. So it's like dividing the data for them to easily manage and transport between the source destination to source to the destination. Next is the identify the application. So this is also the responsibility of the transport layer. So identify the application by ensuring even when multiple applications are running on a device, all applications receive the correct data. So they identify the application for them to have the correct to receive the correct data. The conversation multiplexing, segmenting the data into smaller chunks enables many different communication from many different users to interleave on the same network. So the data is dividing into smaller chunks of data for them to easily transport, as I said a while ago, easily to transport to the same network. The next one is the transport layer is also responsible for managing the reliability. So as I said before, the reliability, they manage that. So some applications are not required reliability. Transport layer requires vary from application to application. So the TCP or IP suite provides the two transport layer protocols, transmission control protocol or the TCP, and the user datagram protocol or the UDP. IP uses these transport protocols to enable hosts to communicate and transfer data. So the IP or the internet protocol use this transport layer for them to communicate with the other network or even to transfer data to other network. So in contrast, UDP is very simple transport layer protocol that does not provide any reliability. So if the UDP does not provide any reliability, the TCP is considered a reliable. So it is a full featured transport layer protocol. So the difference of the TCP and the UDP is that TCP is reliable and the UDP is very simple transport layer and does not provide any reliability. So let's more tackle about the TCP. So TCP transport is reliable. As I said a while ago, so it is reliable because it supports packet delivery confirmation. So it supports packet delivery confirmation. The next one is the UDP. The UDP is it is not required the reliability. UDP is better transport communication or transport protocol. UDP provides the basic function for delivering data segments between the appropriate applications with very little overhead and data checking. So the UDP is more I think convenient than the TCP. Transport layer protocols. TCP is better choice for application whose segments must arrive in very specific sequence to be processed successfully. Application requirements. Application requiring TCP include databases, web browsers, email clients. So UDP is a better choice for application that can be tolerate some data loss during transmission, but delays in transmission are unacceptable. So that's why the TCP is the better choice than the UDP, because the TCP is better choice for application whose segment must be arrived in specific sequence, but the UDP is better choice for application that can be tolerate some data loss during transmission. So the UDP can tolerate the some data loss during the transmission. So application using UDP include live audio streaming. So in Facebook we have that, the live, in Twitter also, in Instagram and YouTube and other social media platforms. So live video streaming or the voice over IP or the VoLP. So the TCP features. The TCP provides the following services: establishing a session, reliable delivery, as I said before, the reliable delivery, same order delivery, and the flow control. So let's start with establishing a session. So it means that ensures the application is ready to receive the data. Ensure the application. So they make sure that the application is ready to send the data or to receive. Is ready to receive the data. Then reliable delivery means lost segments are resent, so the data is received completely. So reliable delivery. So if the data is not sent or lost. It is not or sent or lost. So it will be resent to complete the receiving action completely. Next is same order delivery. So ensures that the segments are reassembled into proper order. So in transferring our data, they have the assemble. So this the TCP ensure that the segments are reassembled or they are in the correct order. They are in the proper order. So they make sure that the segments are properly assembled. The next one is the flow control. So the flow control ensures that the receiver is able to process the data received. So once the data is received, the receiver is able to process the data that they receive. So let's next is the TCP header. TCP is stateful protocol. It keeps track of the state of the communication session by recording which information it has sent and which information has been acknowledged. So it records the process or which information is sent and has been acknowledged. UDP server processes. So UDP based server applications are also assigned well-known or registered port numbers. UDP application and services running on a server accept UDP client requests. So requests received on the specific port and forwarded to the proper application based on the port numbers. So that's all for this video. So that is the summary of the chapter 9. So the chapter 9 is mostly about the TCP and the UDP. So thank you for watching.